Hello and welcome to my second tutorial video. I'll be talking about a few things we will need to do before we can get started with our conversation blueprint. One of those is you will need an actor that will be talking to you. Mine is a character, but yours can just be a regular actor. You'll also need a character you can play as, and a widget blueprint. Mine is the HUD, but you can make your own separate blueprint widget if you want. Now in the character blueprint, you will need to create your widget blueprint and add it to the viewport. I have a set variable because I have the inventory set up in my HUD, which is the Unreal inventory. But if you don't have that, then you probably won't need this. And inside of your HUD or your widget blueprint, you will need to add a character variable, which is your player. And you will set that with the cast HUD using set character as self from the create widget. Once you've done that, we will also need a few quick things in here. You'll need to make a custom event, and you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to make mine enter conversation. This will let us see the mouse whenever we talk to someone, so we can actually click on the options. Next, we'll need get player controller, and off of that, cast to player controller. Connect that, and off of that, show mouse cursor, and set that to true. Now make another custom event, and this will be the leave conversation. So when you leave, it'll unshow the mouse, so you won't have a mouse on your screen anymore. You can just copy this. You don't really need that one again. You go like that, and unclick that check. Now, once you have that, we are pretty much done in here. Although I would suggest adding a variable int called gold or something for your money. So when we have a shopkeeper, you can actually keep track of your money and can buy and sell stuff. Which is also why I would suggest making the inventory system from Unreal and including the item that they give you, which I have right here. So I already have an item, and it will give me gold, so I can go and buy stuff from this guy. That is not going to be in this tutorial, but I would suggest doing it so you can actually use the shopkeeper function. Now, once we are done doing all this stuff, we will need to open up the NPC, which is the one going to be talking to you. And in it, there's a lot of stuff we're going to be doing, but not as much as the widget blueprint. First thing you'll need to do is in the viewport, add a trigger, which can be any shape you want. I'm going to make mine a cube, and you can label it whatever you want. Oh wait, that's not. That's what I wanted. I'm going to label mine trigger, but yours can be anything you want. And what we're going to use that for is so he will actually know when you want to talk to him, when you overlap with the trigger. So we'll say begin overlap. And we'll need to make sure it's overlapping with the player. So we'll say object equal to get player character. And branch. Then off the branch, you'll need a do once, so it will not keep on trying to overlap. There we go. And then after that, drag off the actor and get cast to, and whatever your player is, mine's the Mixamo. It comes with Unreal, but yours can be a custom one if you want. Just cast to it, and then off of that, oh, you'll actually need that HUD variable that was made before right here. So I would suggest just dragging off and promoting it to a new variable and calling it whatever you want, because you'll need it for the NPC. Off of this, go ahead and make a new variable called whatever you want it to be, but it will be a yes, a HUD. So it's your HUD, so it'd be your widget blueprint, which mine is named HUD, but yours will be whatever it is already not called. So Alt drag, set that, and then we'll need a few more variables. Let's see, we'll need 2 text variables, both arrays. First one I would name the NPC text, because that's what the NPC will be saying. Make them both public. And the second one will be the character text, and that's what you will be saying back. You will also need 2 texture 2D images, although you don't necessarily need these. It's just to show what your character or NPC looks like. But if you don't want those, you don't have to add them. No, it's not item, image. And mine actually currently do not work, because I don't have images yet for them, but just go ahead and add them, since some people might want them. Make those public, and it's going to be texture 2D, not an array though. Same with this one. Okay, now once we have those, we will need one more variable, which will be the conversation structure. So we will need to make a quick structure. Let's see, it's in blueprints. Structure. Conversation struct. And inside this structure, it will need 2 variables, which are your text variables for what they're going to say. NPC text, character text, and then if you want the images, you can add the images too. Texture text. Let's see what. Yeah, texture. Texture 2. There it is. Okay. Texture 2D. NPC image. Character image. And then set this variable that you made to the structure, conversation struct. You can name it whatever you want again. Oh, I actually have mine in the HUD. Okay. So you'll want to make this inside the HUD. So just add a variable inside of your widget blueprint. And set that to the structure. Make it public. And then drag off of this right here. And get it. Oh wait, you actually want to set that, never mind. There we go. And break. No, make, not break. And then you'll just attach your variables to this. Although if you're 2 array variables, just drag off, get, and you don't need to have anything for the int variable or value. And next we will have another variable in the HUD, or whatever your widget blueprint's called. I named mine NPC, and it will be your, oops, that doesn't need NPC character, which mine. Now once you have your NPC character, go back to the NPC, drag off of the HUD, and click Set NPC, and set it to Self. Drag and connect. And we'll need to make another variable, which will be, I just called mine character. And it will be your player character. Set that to the cast. Then off of that, I'll drag off the cast and call your enter conversation, or whatever you named that. And then in the HUD, make a custom event. Which will start the conversation. And call it. There it is, okay. Make sure to compile this, it won't find it. Now that we've done that, we'll need to make another custom event. I called mine Send, which will send us new lines for whenever you click a next button. And we'll need to make a new function. I call this Send Lines. And it will need one int for the input. We'll just call it line number. Inside of this, we will need the HUD variable. Off of the HUD variable, set the conversation data. Make drag off these again. And this time from the get, you'll need to hook it up to a plus integer. The bottom one will be the line number. The top one will be a multiplication. This will be attached to two int variables. One called page number. The other called max number of text boxes. Both are public. Page number goes on top, max text boxes go on bottom. And connect. Same with the character text, although you can just drag off the plus again. Connect. Oh, there. And there. Now for this, we'll set the page number to this. And off the HUD, call the enter conversation again. Okay. Drag your function out and connect it. And in your custom event, make sure to add an input, which is an integer. And you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine option number. And connect that to the line number. Now we'll need another custom event. Which will make you leave the conversation. Set the page number back to 0. And call the leave function. Wait, no, get from the character. And this will go back to the do once to reset it so you can talk to him again. And I think that is it for this video. Let's just take a quick, and what I would do is go ahead and make this into a new node, since if you have an inventory node, make this into the conversation node, or you can just call it conversation. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.